trends today in the stock index futures. We're knocking on the door of a equity peak, and we're up 53.50 today on the 250K portfolio, up 1,035 on the 50K portfolio in live trading. And the hypotheticals, we're about 1,800 from an equity peak. Live trading since March the 23rd, we've underperformed about $1,000 per E-mini. And so we're about 29.37.10 from a new equity peak since March 23rd. And then we're up on the week and we're up on the month and year. And so let's go over the trades on the day. The S&P led the way, mostly. Viper also did well on Nasdaq. I want to go over that first. We're kind of in this market environment where it's very stealth. We've talked about the stealth bull market. And if you've watched the movie Wall Street from the 80s, it kind of reminds me of the two different modes of the market. One, you saw the Gordon Gekko character played by Michael Douglas, and they have the blue horseshoe likes Anacont still, and it's kind of a rumor, and the markets would go crazy and break out. And we've been in that environment for a long time. And the other environment in that movie was buy them in the offshore accounts and keep it quiet. And so that's more stealth. And that's what we're working with now, is more of a stealth market instead of this fast and furious, news-driven, everybody jump on board. And so it's kind of slowed down a little bit lately with VIX dropping in the 17 today. And so the reason I say that is not the stealth nature of this market. Flew under the radar screen and did not trigger a lot of trades. Only 3 Nasdaq strategies traded today: Viper, Cobra 3, EVP1. And Viper is set up for that this type of environment. You see how it's done. You see the greens here. It's done pretty well lately. And let's look at the performance summary. And you can see it went through this drawdown, and on March the 27th it was down here. And since then it's just kind of taken off and taking advantage of the stealth nature of this market. So Viper has taken advantage of that. The market modes change. You never know until after the fact what you just went through. And so it's hard to predict. So that's why we have a diversity of trading systems. Cobra 3 broke even on the day. EVP1 down on the day, minus 250. This one's, this strategy underperformed for a while. From the beginning of the year, it underperformed. And then since February, it's broken out. And so was ready to give up on this strategy because it was one of our top strategies, and coming into the end of the year is one of my favorite strategies, but it just went through this long drawdown period and did not start performing until towards the end of February, and it's performed well since then. So you have to be careful in the cycles. Make sure your cycles in which you analyze your strategies are not too short. Just because something's underperformed for 1 or 2 or 3 months doesn't mean it is a bad strategy. And so that's the benefit that you get. So just 3 strategies, but up overall. Viper leading the way on the day. 1 for 3 on the Nasdaq, but profitable because the profits on the Viper were greater than the losses on Cobra 3 and EVP1, which were very small. S&P has traded more lately and taken advantage of this market. Cobra 3, S&P 762.50, Tick Wave up 1975, trade of the day. On Tick Wave, taking advantage of that move from the beginning of the day towards the end of the day. Adaptive moving average initially got short, reversed to long up 1,025. Tick count trend dynamic had a long trade, tried to go short at the end of the day, but the market won't go down here, and so hard to short this market. We saw that yesterday. We talked about this market yesterday, how it was hard to short this market. The market came down here. It took out these lows, and it had a hard time taking out the lows. Then it took out the lows and chopped. Then it took out the lows and chopped. And then we've talked about how on March the 28th, it did that. It did this, taking out the multi-day lows and then rallying. And now you see it start to do the same thing. It took out these lows. Now it's starting to rally. So what's next? What happened after it took out the lows here, and then it rallied the next day, and then rallied to two following days after that. And so the total here was about 700, 650, 700 points, And we have right here now, we have the low 12,930 and the high 13,228. So already 300 points. So if we get another 300 point move tomorrow to break up to 13.5, it would kind of mimic this move right here. This was about a 3-day move. It started on this day, but then there was 3 days here. The move could take a longer period of time or a shorter period of time. I believe this was at the end of the month right here. But we haven't had a rally all April. The market finished here. I thought there might be some more FOMO coming to the market, but there was no FOMO whatsoever. There's just a lot of talk that the market is overpriced, and fundamentally it seems true to me, but the liquidity continues to drive it up. VIX down at 1780, and so price leads the way. Fundamentals seem weak, but we trade price, and this is the reason why. Because if we trade the fundamentals, we'd try to short this market or not take long trades, and that's what's working. That's what's working on a day trade basis. And so let's finish looking at the Nasdaq or the S&P strategies. And so opening chop plus 162.50, and then tick fade or lost on the day. It tried to short here. So those are the trades on the day, knocking on the door of brand new equity peaks as we come into Friday's trade, which is one of our continues to be a pattern lately that the end of the week is better than the beginning of the week. Sometimes we deviate from that, so we trade all days. We went through a time period there for a few weeks where the beginning of the week was better than the end of the week. But this week we were down as at the close of yesterday, down on the week as of yesterday, but as of today on Thursday, we are up on the week. And looking forward to tomorrow, I think we could see potential follow through. And once again, it's not because I am a bull. It's just the technical nature of the market to rally right now, even though there's a lot of naysayers. The liquidity continues to drive it up. So looking forward to Friday's trade tomorrow. Those are the trades on the day for Thursday, April the 13th, 2023.
Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.